Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bethany Broncos Coaches Show. John Hickman here, John Campbell with me, and we are at Victory Mattress Outlet this evening, live here streaming on thegospelstation.com and also Facebook Live. We give a big shout out to you guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you happen to be on Facebook or a mobile device, let the people know. Share it. Get the word out that our show is on. We've got a great lineup. We've got Seth Griner going to be on the show in a little bit. We also have Coach Hunt, first-time coach at Bethany and first-time guest here this evening at Victory Mattress Outlet on the Bethany Broncos Coaches Show. And a couple other guests. We're kind of maybe having some surprises coming in a little bit. I think some are just lost. You know how some of these Bethany Broncos students are. Maybe Yates out there just circling the parking lot. Who knows? But maybe he'll show up here on the Bethany Broncos Coaches Show. We are at Victory Mattress Outlet. Want you to know that they have name brands and more for less. And here at Victory Mattress Outlet, you're the winner. So never pay retail prices on top brands. Keep that money under your mattress. They want to make a customer for life, not just for a single day. So come check out Victory Mattress Outlet. You can check out their website at victorymattressoutlet.com. We also have some pizza here tonight. We got tons of pizza. In fact, if you're driving around, you want to come hang out, we'll give you some pizza because we have a ton of it. Want to thank All American Pizza for hooking us up this evening. All American Pizza at 7101 Northwest Expressway in Brixton Square, which is also where Victory Mattress Outlet is in the Brixton Square. Their number is 405-721-2900. John, tough weekend of football. No, only positive thing that I had going is I won my fantasy matchup. So I'm in first place. I was big. If I would have lost that, I don't know if I'd be here today.
All my favorite teams lost this week, so it was just terrible for me. And I lost a fantasy game to my son, so that's even worse.
Gosh. Now you have two boys. Was it the youngest?
It was the oldest.
Okay, that one's a little bit more like, hey, you can take that. If you would have lost to the youngest who doesn't know anything about football, that'd be really tough.
Yeah. But Kyler Murray got hurt, saw that right on the way to Children's Church, and so I switched him out for Tua, who was like negative points for most of the game. So yeah, kind of pulled it out at the end, but after that, I was done.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Friday, and then hopefully we can wash that down the drain. We're following Luke Young and his show. What's the name of the show, Luke? Game Plan. Now, Luke he's a play-by-play announcer for Tuttle, so I hate to let the cat out of the bag with our Bethany guest, but he's probably real braggadocious during his show, talking about those Tigers and how good they looked, even though Luke does call a lot of Bethany sports. But it was a rough one. Do you have any kind of takeaways from that game?
I mean, I did see there were some positive things that happened.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, we were kind of at the end. We were like, play by play. Let's see who's winning. So you'd see some positive stuff, but overall, it was a rough game. But with the injuries that Bethany had, with just some of the changes that had to be made, I mean, neither of us were expecting the outcome to be like that. But we knew it was going to be a tough game, and they look good. So Tuttle they're a legit team.
They are, and of course, as you mentioned, our Broncos came in highly wounded. So there were several that didn't even play in the game, some starters, key positions. And so we knew it was going to be you'd have to play a perfect game, and Tuttle was going to have to fall apart to really give it a shot. But Tuttle, they took care of business. Our Broncos can regroup. They're still in the driver's seat to finish at least in second place in district play. They got a big matchup coming up Friday because Harris 2-1 in district, and so are we now after beating Blanchard, which was a great win for us. But then, of course, we lost to Tuttle last week. So this week's game is a Thursday night. It's fall break for our Broncos. In fact, it's pretty cool that some of our Broncos will be here because midterms are going on and all that stuff. So it's kind of a crowded week, and then you got a Thursday night game. Coming off of a tough loss, still dealing with injuries, how do you kind of prepare and mentally make that shift to, hey, we got to go win a football game?
You know, I think the one thing that Bethany has going for it is their coaches, and they're pretty, I don't know, all the men that we've met, they've been really positive. They've been really great men. So, I mean, I know that they'll get them, hey, it's over. Let's move on. We've still got a chance to be second in the district, go into deep into the playoffs. So, I mean, I think and even the players that we've talked to over the last few weeks, we're looking at it 1 week at a time. We're not looking at ahead. We're not looking too far, we're not going to think about Madelia, or we're not going to, we're thinking this week we got Hera. Let's look at the tape. Let's see what we got to do.
Now, Hera and Bethany's history, it's been pretty much all Broncos. However, I wouldn't overlook this Hera team. The Panthers come in 4-2. I think they're a little bit better of a team than they were last year. But their strength probably is more the run game. Their quarterback, not going to throw it a ton. He'll run it. He does have 13 pass TDs. He's got 8 running. And so their running back, he's averaging 121 per game. They like to run the ball. But Bethany's defense is probably up to the challenge. It's kind of maybe a strength on strength.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one thing that they've always been good at is kind of controlling the run game. And then I think really in the passing game, with the exception of Cruz Campbell, they've really held all the other quarterbacks to not much. And then Tuttle also had those 2 amazing receivers, too, that just gave problems all night.
Yeah, a lot of yards after catch. He missed Cruz Campbell missed on a couple deep balls Friday night, but Lane took it to the house on a couple instances, and so Tuttle did really good. Now, we'll have one of our standout defensive backs and wide receiver, Seth Griner. He'll come up here in just a minute. Looks like Coach Gonzalez, surprise guest today. He had just walked by Facebook Live. Oh, boy, with Coach Gonzalez here, we're going to have to take a break because we're going to have to set a lot of time for him. You know, he loves to talk, so we've got to set the whole segment up for him at the end of the show. We've got to save some time. So what we'll do is we'll take a break here, and then we'll come back with Seth Griner and get to talk with him about what's coming up this week and ask him some fun questions. If you'd like to serve up a question to Seth Griner or any of our coaches, you can text us at 405-367-3732. That is the Serve text line. If you want to serve up a question, that's from Serve Coffee in downtown Bethany, one of my favorite coffee shops. But we're at Victory Mattress Outlet this evening. That's the Northwest Expressway in Rockwell. They're technically closed right now. They close at 6, but we're open, so come get some pizza and buy a mattress. We'll be here until 7 o'clock. All right, so we set the stage. We got a big guest coming up. It's Seth Griner. Y'all stay with us. We'll be back right after this.
Yo, what's up, guys? My name is Riley, owner here at Victory Mattress Outlet, and my job is to help individuals get a quality night's sleep on our name brand mattresses for prices they can't afford. I have a great offer for you right now. If you go to this website, victorymattressoutlet.com/win, WIN, fill that form out, and you got a free coupon for a buy one mattress, get one 50% off. We look forward to seeing you. Have a great day.
When technology has you screaming at the office, call Simplify Tech Solutions at 405-981-1011. Located at 4221 North MacArthur Boulevard, Simplify Tech Solutions features IT management, business phone systems, manages Wi-Fi, and offers repair and support. Simplify your Wi-Fi before the emotional breakdown by calling Simplify Tech Solutions. Locally owned and operated at 405-981-1011. 405-981-1011. Simplify Tech Solutions.
Tanko Mechanical, Electrical, and Plumbing is a commercial and industrial contractor. They offer end-to-end client experience that includes seamless communication, budgeting, staffing, on-site organization, and its solid quality handiwork every time. The past projects include both new construction and repairs and restoration. Occupied and fully operational job sites are never a problem. They can also plan, manage, and build multi-phase jobs. We are a turnkey plumbing, electrical, HVAC, and mechanical contractor. Tanko Company, give them a call at 405-255-7804. Again, that's 405-255-7804. Tanko.
You're watching GSN Sports and Talk on YouTube.com. The Gospel Station Sports and Talk is proud to be the official broadcast of Bethany High School Athletics. If you're interested in joining the Gospel Station as a sponsor, email americasneighborhoodvalues@gmail.com. That's americasneighborhoodvalues@gmail.com. Go Broncos!
We are at Victory Mattress Outlet, Northwest Expressway in Rockwell. It's a small family business. They love helping people and serving people. They've got a ton of options and quality budget choices. Perfect for guest room, lake houses, and kids' rooms, and high-end selections, premium materials, hand-built, higher coil counts, super important, and built for lasting comfort and luxury. We've also got some All-American pizza here. Thankful for All-American and their support of us. Great pizza tonight. They're also in Brixton Square, so check out All-American Pizza. But right now, the man of the hour is our guest, Seth Griner. Thank you so much for joining us. This is your second time. How does it feel to be back?
Feels great.
All right, you pumped up, ready to go? Okay, let's. How much should we talk about Tuttle? Should we just skip over that, or should we dive in a little bit?
I mean, there's not much to talk about. They were the better team.
Okay. Now, obviously, we came in a little outmanned, so to speak, because we've had a lot of injuries, especially, I mean, all our guys, most of them play both ways, but on the defensive side, 2 starting linebackers out with Wyatt Kiefer and Baron Teehee, and then those both play tailbacks. So offense kind of struggled there a little bit. Defense kind of struggled. Anything you can take from it is like, hey, this was positive?
I'd say a few guys stepped up. I was actually pretty surprised, especially with Mitchell Pace stepping in to a role. He played pretty good, I thought.
Hey, getting a shout out. Mitchell has been on our show before. We actually did an interview with him on the field. Another person I thought did well, especially as this season has gone on, is this sophomore X McGee. Have you heard of that guy?
Not really before this week. He hadn't really done much, but he played good this week.
Starting tailback this week as a sophomore, pretty big deal. X is here with us. We're going to give him a little chance to get on the mic and talk about that. Now, he's a running back. Sometimes you kind of slide into that position. Who's faster, you or him?
That would be me.
Easily?
Pretty easily.
Okay. Now, he looks like a tough kid. Who's tougher?
Me.
Okay. All right. Just making sure. So, let's. Do you have anything about Tuttle you want to skip on to Hara?
Let's skip on Hara.
All right. Hey, Yates in the building. All right. So next, this coming Thursday, we've got a game against Hara. That's a district game, but we just had a tough one Friday. We had the weekend. You've got midterms going on. You got all these things happening, and then this odd kind of Thursday thing. How much does that mess with the routine, and how much are you able to kind of really focus on football when you got life going on?
It messes up a little bit. Schedule gets off a little. Start practice a lot earlier. It's a little hotter. Other than that, it's not that much. It's not that much different.
So, going into the Hara, what are some things that y'all are looking at them to bring at y'all?
A lot of jet sweeps, zone reads, and then they'll take a few shots down the field.
Yeah, y'all really haven't got beat down deep very much this year.
Till this week.
Well,
yeah.
And even some of that wasn't y'all getting beat deep. It was them running past. But what do you see Tuttle? Do they throw deep, or is that something y'all kind of got handled against them? Not Tuttle, against Hara.
We should be fine. I think we'll be having some new stuff, and we should be fine.
I've been impressed with you guys, like you and Aguilar and Jagger, just how y'all hold it back there. I think y'all do a really good job. I don't
And Eli Mars. Shout out Eli Mars.
Yeah. He blocked you out though in one of those plays this week.
It's all right.
Yeah.
It's all right though.
Eli does a great job too. Also, we got Eli a touchdown last time he was on the show. We talked about how you haven't got a ball thrown your way because he plays wide receiver as well. And then the next game, he got his only catch. Still, I think it's still his only catch.
I think it is.
And it went for 6. So he needs to come back on the show. So we're going to get you some mojo here as well. But as we mentioned, you've got to prepare on both sides of the ball. You've got to get ready for Hara's offense, and then you kind of look at their defense. Let's start on the offensive side. You mentioned a little bit, or I did in the pregame, or right before we got going, that we want to stop their run. They're going to try, and you mentioned jet sweeps, and they're going to look for the zone read. Now, on our offense, how can we attack their defense?
Well, they're rolling 3, playing some off man, so some just stuff up the seam, and just pound it down their throats in the run game.
Okay, so are we still dealing with some injuries? So who do you think is going to be the pounding? Who's going to be our?
I think that Baron T should be back. I think he'll play, and we still have X.
Yeah, I mean we still got him, right? That's good. Now, this season we try to get you the football in a kind of different ways, whether that's a jet sweep or going out for typical routes. We've seen you in the backfield a little bit too. So how are we going to get you involved in the offense Thursday night? If you could call the plays Thursday night, what are we calling to get you the football?
Probably jet sweeps or just a little go hole shot up the seam.
Okay. All right, and you're going to burn the guy.
Of course.
All right. Okay.
I would like to see that happen a few times.
Me too.
I think you have the speed for it. So
I don't know. Jury's still out, right? We'll see. We'll see. How about a pick six? Maybe we just get involved that way.
I mean, they'll throw me the ball.
Okay.
They'll throw me the ball.
they got to throw to his side.
I know.
They got to even throw it. I don't know how much they're going to be throwing, but maybe
Yeah.
they will. Maybe they'll try you. So you got tests coming up, or you've had some tests today. You got some tests tomorrow. As a student athlete, student comes first before athlete. How are you doing in class?
Not bad. I had a AP Stats midterm. It actually went decent.
Okay.
I'll
Now
say-
that
I'll
sounds
say it.
big.
I'll say it. I don't have my grade yet, but we'll say
So
it went decent.
You're speaking in confidence. You haven't seen the grade
No,
yet.
I haven't.
Okay, that's dangerous.
That could be a 70. Could be a 95. No idea.
Yeah. Are you going to have an A in there after it's said and done, though?
Probably not.
Well, what you got going tomorrow? What kind of test do you have tomorrow?
Personal finance literacy, and that's actually my only test tomorrow. So,
Okay, great.
yeah.
So, with it being a shorter week, what preparation is either kind of combined into a day, or do you kind of lose something through the week because it's a shorter week?
Wednesday we'll have, or tomorrow I guess we'll have a full practice where we usually would have a walkthrough the day before the game, and then we'll have a walkthrough the morning of the game, and then we'll go watch the volleyball game and eat lunch together, and we'll kind of spend the whole day together Thursday.
Yeah, with school being out, I didn't even think about that. I wasn't thinking like, oh, school's out, so you do have a little bit of time to do the walkthrough and everything.
And you're cheering on the girls to win state.
Of course.
That's right.
Yeah. I guess just getting the ball in your hands. I think that's something that needs to happen a little bit more, because I think you can make big plays and make misses and stuff. How is the way that you see that happening? How can they get the ball in your hands more? Because they do the jet sweeps, but and even some of the quick screen passes, they just haven't. They're short or something. They haven't got it to you. But do you see that? I mean, is that a part? I don't know. I don't know what my question is, but just how can we get you more involved?
It's just tougher now. I think it was starting Blanchard week. They just started rolling an extra linebacker over. Like, hey, there's five. Got to come over here. So it's just tougher now, I'd say.
They've watched the film on you.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Maybe two, and we'll get you out of here. One thing that we've kind of really bragged about or talked about this season is we feel like Brody has grown as a quarterback. Started off maybe a little skittish or taking sacks when he didn't need to. The little nuance of like, hey, throw the ball away, don't take the sack, save time, maybe look off a receiver, something like that, look off a corner. You have, if you could assess his play through the season, what would you say?
I'd say it's gotten so much better because Coach Horrocks has done a great job with him. He's a great coach, super smart offensive mind, and just experience from Brody. Like, once you start playing a few games, going from JV to varsity, like you'll start to pick it up and what you should and shouldn't do.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's what we've seen too.
Last question. So when we talk with some guys about, and maybe we've even asked you before, what's your pregame routine? What's your post-game routine? And does it change between a win and a loss?
Post-game routine, it doesn't. I mean, I just say hi to a bunch of people, go change, and go home, watch some TV for 30 minutes, go to bed.
That's kind of the typical thing. All right, who are you saying hi to or bye to after the game? Who are you going to make sure that you're going to see?
It's usually all the basketball players, soccer players.
Why do you want to see them?
I play basketball and soccer.
All right. And they're still your boys?
Of course.
Now,
Always.
are they the kind that after a bad game they're like encouraging you, or are they giving you like, grief a little bit?
I mean, a little bit of grief, but it's more of like, yo, that was a really bad game. Yo. Like, you did good, but like, yo, they were good.
I felt like you were about to give me an impression of someone. Who is that? Who are you channeling right there? Because that was like a yo.
I was Eli Marquez right there.
Okay, all right.
That was Eli Marquez.
Well, shout out Eli. All right, Seth Griner, thank you so much for joining us here on the Bethany Broncos Coaches Show. Tonight we're at Victory Mattress Outlet, Northwest Expressway in Rockwell. The website is victorymattressoutlet.com. Monday through Saturday they're open from 11 to 6, and then Sunday 12 to 5. We got plenty more show. We got Sawyer Yates, who's been on the show before. He's in a boot. Hate to see that. We've got X-Man, who's never been on the show. He's looking kind of giddy over there. I think he's a little nervous, so we'll get him in here and have a fun time. And then Coach Hunt, and then Coach Gonzo. So we got to get after it. So we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back right after this.
C&J Sporting Goods at 6604 Northwest 38th Street has been serving Bethany and the Metro for over 30 years, with 3 generations ready to serve you with the best shopping experience of product knowledge and customer service anywhere, with a wide selection of guns, ammo, ear and eye protection, law enforcement equipment, hunting, camping, and survival gear. If they don't have it, they will order it for you. Veteran owned and family operated. Call 405-789-8102. C&J Sporting Goods.
Step up to the next level at Coyote Pond, home of the $20 FFL transfer. Coyote Pond at 5804 Northwest 63rd and MacArthur makes the difference in customer service with a selection of just about everything, with top dollar loans and rock bottom prices. Locally owned and operated, Coyote Pond is the destination headquarters for Bethany, Yukon, and Oklahoma City, and the home of the $20 FFL transfers. Call 405-470-7999 or go to coyotepond.com. That's 405-470-7999 and coyotepond.com.
Do it best at Evans Hardware. Since 1965, Evans Hardware has provided Midwest City with top-quality home improvement supplies and a one-of-a-kind shopping experience. At 1021 South Douglas Boulevard, Evans Hardware is family-owned and has the right products for every situation, including DIY projects, professional contracting, or quick fixes. Their satisfaction guarantee and quick turnarounds mean you'll always find what you need. So visit Evans Hardware in Midwest City.
Or call 405-732-1898. That's 405-732-1898.
Evans Hardware in Midwest City.
At the home of the Gotta Have It, you'll find Apple Tree Antique Gallery, located in the heart of downtown Bethany at 6740 Northwest 39th Expressway. Enjoy spacious shopping with up to 77 unique vendors across more than 10,000 square feet, offering everything from jewelry and clothing to one-of-a-kind treasures and so much more. Don't miss our third Friday weekend specials every month, and yes, we're open Sundays. Call us at 495-0602. Apple Tree Antique Gallery in Bethany, home of the Gotta Have It.
Welcome back to the Bethany Broncos Coaches Show. John Hickman, John Campbell. We are here at Victory Mattress Outlet. Victory Mattress Outlet, they have mattresses, adjustable bases, box frames, foundations, pillows, and protectors. They've got some furniture, even some bedroom sets and some custom sizes on that. They have delivery, assembly, and setup available. Come check us out. We got a host of Broncos here and a host of pizza provided by All American Pizza, so go grab some. But we're going to get to our next guest because we have the X-Man. We have Xavier McGee, the sophomore who started last week at running back. He joins the show. So, X, thank you for joining.
Nice to be here.
Good. We love it. The sophomore. So this is your first time here, and then your first time to start last week. What were the nerves like going into the game against Tuttle?
First time nervous anyway, and then it being Tuttle kind of amplifies it, but once you get moving and going, it kind of calms down. You just got to play. Once
the whistle happens, you kind of settle in, huh?
Yeah.
Now, some people have talked about being so nervous before a game they'll throw up or their stomach will be in knots. Did you experience anything like that?
A little bit of butterflies, but I don't think it's ever gotten that bad.
Okay. So you before the Tuttle game, you've gotten some minutes and you've come in, and we've been really impressed with you, and we've given you some big shout-outs on our broadcast of just being a tough runner. Now, as a sophomore, playing against mostly juniors and seniors, there's some sophomores and freshmen even on teams sprinkled in, but do you feel like, has there been a moment where you feel like, hey, I've arrived, I can do this, or are you still kind of just trying to make your way?
I can do it, but it's still, grown men out there, so you gotta make your way.
Yeah, but you seem to be pretty physically fit and in shape. Did last year, did you play JV?
I got hurt week 3, so I just kind of had a rehab on my knee and then came back this year.
Did you start the season on JV this year?
Yeah.
And did you get some time?
Yeah.
And how'd you do?
I did pretty good for the first couple weeks. I was behind Bahadrian Barron.
Yeah.
But I got to play, did well when I was in.
So when you got your number called, what was the first game you subbed in? Remind me.
Noble for a couple plays, but really Blanchard is where I got. Where I really started to play.
Okay, so Blanchard, which was a big game for us, obviously we came in really wanting to win that and pulled out the victory. So did you know going into that you were going to get more time, or was it kind of a spur of the moment, get in?
I knew I was going to play, but then Kiefer went down in the middle, and so that kind of made it go up by more. But I knew I was going to play all week because of Barron's hamstring.
Yeah, so when you get in, what was it like that first time you get in Blanchard and you're like, all right, we need you. You know, we got a couple running backs down, and the ball was going to come your way some.
Nervous, but like you got to perform, so you can't really worry about that. You just got to play football.
Okay, before John jumps in here, what's your longest run, whether JV or varsity?
I think it's like 30, 40-ish, something like that.
Did you score on it?
No, I did not.
Got caught? Are we not that fast, X? Did you get caught? Was it a lineman coming down from behind and getting you?
It was a safety. I wouldn't use the
And
word,
he had the angle? Did the safety have the angle?
I wouldn't use the word caught. More good angle, and he was in front of me when the play started. So,
So you couldn't juke him?
No.
Okay.
Well, Wyatt Kiefer, he kind of seems to like run like just straight at the defense. You know, tries to, I don't know. That's what it feels like to me, and he does a good job at it. I liked you you ran that way, but you kind of danced around and was able to get up a lot more yards. I just like your running style. Do you have like a NFL player that you kind of style how you play?
Growing up, I always liked watching Zeke and Marshawn Lynch, but I can't say I really model my game after them, so I couldn't say like anyone specifically.
Okay. You also play defense. You play some defense, right? You were playing some linebacker this week?
Yeah.
What do you prefer?
Running back.
Yeah. You like, running
So-
it up there.
Yeah, I feel like we did this for Eli Mars. We're going to do it for you. You're getting a touchdown this week, okay?
It's the hope.
No, it's happening. And we need some sort of signal up to us near the press box that hey, we helped you get this, okay? Eli Mars threw his hands up. You know, he can say he was like praising God or something. We doubt it. He was saying something to us, like, hey, guys, thank you for getting me in the end zone. I'm just kidding, by the way, on all that. But what signal are you going to give to us when you score?
I can give you a thumbs up, hands up, whatever you want.
I like the thumbs up. Just a big old thumbs up would be great. Okay. Are you going to do this? Are you going to hold us to it?
Yeah,
okay.
I got you.
Everyone listening, we're going to be broadcasting Thursday night, and when John and I talk about he gave us the thumbs up, we're going to go crazy. Okay. So that's going to be great. Now, as you've looked at the Panthers, have you been able to look at some film this week already?
Yeah.
All right, on you in the tailback position, which hopefully we have Teehee back, but I'm sure you're going to get some carries. In fact, I know you are because you're going to score. In fact, Coach Hunt, the running back coach, is here. He's going to make sure you get in. Are you going? What have you seen that like, hey, this is how we could potentially attack their defense from the run game?
A lot of it this week has been kind of deception and then getting Brody the ball. But it's like pressing the
like
block.
Brody and quarterback run game.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like for me,
forget that. Let's go. What are we doing for you?
For me, it's been a lot of like pressing blocks on zone and then making that one cut and then going.
Okay. So one cut and you're off.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to happen. So who do we need to bribe to get you more carries?
Right over there.
Okay.
Coach Hunt.
So we'll have Coach Hunt in a little bit. What Coach Hunt, this is his first year, so you didn't have him last year. What have you been liking so far about Coach Hunt?
I think he does a really good job making sure like the young guys are involved. Like even if they aren't playing, like they know the plays and know what's supposed to be going on. I think he did a really good job at that. And then footwork and stuff like that. I don't think I've ever really worked on that.
Okay.
Like I have with him.
Great. I have one more, John, before you. I'll go ahead and ask this, and if you have anything else. So you're younger. Your role has increased as the season has gone on. How have the older guys kind of accepted you? Is that an easy, like, hey, freshman, sophomore, come on, you're part of us? Or is there any kind of like, not necessarily hazing, but maybe reluctance to bring in the young guys?
No, they've been great. Like Kiefer, even before he got hurt. Just been a great mentor, keeping me involved.
I love it. Good
All
answer.
right. And last question, like, what other sports do you play, or is it football only?
I play soccer.
You play soccer too?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, we did ask Griner who was faster and stronger. He said himself. So we'll give you a shot. Who's the better soccer player?
Seth.
Look at you. Are you no? Okay. Is he faster?
Yeah.
He's kind of old. I think he's been doing steroids. What about? I'm just kidding. What about? I think you might be stronger.
Yeah. He might clean a little bit more than me, but other than that, I think I got him everything else.
Okay. All right. I like that. All right. That was X McGee, the sophomore, coming on this season. Thank you so much for joining us.
Number 7. Look out for number 7 this week.
Number 7 in the program, but number 1 in your heart. X McGee. That's the man. All right. This is John Hickman, John Campbell at Victory Mattress Outlet. We're having a great time here. Still got plenty of pizza. Come on. Come get it before all these players eat it. All-American Pizza providing the pizza this evening. We've got Sawyer Yates in the building, the junior, coming up in just a second. So we'll take a quick break, and Sawyer's a cut-up. Now, last time he was on the show, he wasn't as funny as – I'm going to put a little pressure on him. He needs to be funny because I've heard he's funny, and he was kind of chill last time, not really cutting up and having fun. So we're going to have the fun version of Sawyer Yates right after the break. Y'all stay with us.
We are Integrity Heating, Air, and Plumbing, in business for over 40 years. We've provided top-notch service for every company and residential home in the area. Let's take a look inside and let you meet some people.
Hey, Blaine. Good morning. Here we have a part of our call center. This is Tina. That's Gabby. That's our general manager, BJ. Our office hours are from 7:30 to 7:30, Monday through Friday. And we do heating and air conditioning, plumbing and electrical. Give us a call. We always have specials. Our number one priority is your family, constant comfort, and convenience. We offer 24-hour service.
And in order for us to do that, we fully stock everything here at our warehouse. Whether it's commercial or residential, we offer plumbing, heating and air, and electrical full services. All of our guys are licensed, we're bonded and insured.
Here at Integrity, we offer senior discounts, military discounts, and public service discounts.
You worked hard for us, so let us work hard for you.
Yeah, go Broncos.
Lilygrass Flowers and Decor is rooted in rich history dating back to 1979 in the precious memory of Flowers by Roy. Alicia Rankins and staff have carried the commitment to only offer the finest, unique floral arrangements with same-day delivery locally and nationally. What you envision, we make reality at Lilygrass Flowers and Decor, 7101 Northwest Expressway. Call Lilygrass Flowers and Decor at 721-1813 and begin a new memory.
Who's got the sauce? Zaxby's does. Come by Zaxby's Chicken Fingers and Buffalo Wings at 5859 Northwest Expressway and find out why Zaxby's is Oklahoma's go-to for great chicken meals. Zaxby's has the chicken fingers, the sandwiches, the wings, and the sauce that will leave your mouth watering. Now with the all-new lemon pepper line of meals. Late Night Zax introduces the Zappetizer Trio and keeps the drive-thru open after 8 p.m. So use the Zaxby's app to earn rewards and remember that Zaxby's will cater your event. Head to 5859 Northwest Expressway or call 405-603-8190 to make your Zaxby's order now. 405-603-8190. Zaxby's.
Learn about nursing and long-term care at CNA Training Academy, 7463 Northwest 23rd Street. Mary Chiquima offers affordable, useful, and flexible classes every day that will teach you the foundations of medical care. Mary Chiquima has been teaching her class for 18 years and is eager to teach you. Understand vital signs, train for and be hired as a PCA, and learn about caring for patients in nursing homes, hospitals, assisted living situations, and more at CNA Training Academy. Call 405-315-1357 and ask about financial qualifications. CNA Training Academy is open to all ages and has classes on the weekend and in the evenings as well. Call CNA now, 405-315-1357, and join classes of people learning about nursing and inspiring each other daily.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here on the Bethany Broncos Coaches Show. Campbell and Hickman in the building at Victory Mattress Outlet. What I like about Victory Mattress Outlet, they're here to sell you what you're looking for and what you need. They're not trying to steer you to the most expensive one. So come see Victory Mattress Outlet. The website's victorymattressoutlet.com at Northwest Expressway in Rockwell in the Brixton Square right next to Subway. Come check them out. Last time we were here, a couple of people came in, bought some mattresses or some things. I remember them in the store. You could come right now. Now, technically, they're closed, but I'll tell you what, they'll sell you something if you come. But you got to beat 7 o'clock because we're going to lock up about 7:02, all right? So we are here Also eating some good pizza from All American Pizza. Thank you for All American in Brixton Square providing us pizza tonight. But we've got a special guest. We're going to keep the Broncos coming. This is Sawyer Yates. Sawyer giving it. Yeah, there it is.
How you doing?
Here's the personality. Mr. Sawyer Yates, thank you for joining us. The first thing we got to talk about, we hate to see you in a boot. Saw you get injured 2 games ago, right?
Yes, sir.
And what happened, and where are we on the journey of recovery?
I was pulling, I got hit, and then I stumbled back. I tried to catch myself, slipped on the turf. So, then probably not play this week.
Okay, so maybe just out one more game?
Yes, sir.
Just a sprain?
Yes, sir.
That's could have been worse. So Miss Tuttle, Miss Hera, and then we'll be back after that. You've been playing a lot of minutes on the line, and I've seen you on offense and defense, but mostly offensive line, I feel like.
Yes, sir.
And so we've had a lot of the offensive linemen on, and it's fun to kind of get some of their stories and to hear some of the trash talk. What we've heard is that some, like Shiloh Christian, we heard was the worst trash talking group. Is that accurate so far?
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Okay, but I hear then most other teams is more kind of humorous what happens on the line with some of the talk. Is that also accurate?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay, hold that up just a little bit closer for us. What are some of the funny things or funnier things that have happened in the trenches?
I don't know. I usually go up to somebody, like one of the D linemen. I'm like, "What's up, big sexy?" So,
is that to play some mental warfare to kind of get them off their game?
Not really. Just.
Do they ever say, "Hey"?
Yeah, sometimes. You get that a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, you got to, the trenches are, I mean, it's mano a mano. Like, it is like we're going to collide every play, and best man is going to win. Do you kind of, I mean, obviously you play it, so does that kind of fire you up knowing it's this real big matchup of like, I'm going to take on this dude, and this dude's going to try and fight me all game as well?
Yes, sir.
What makes you enjoy that?
Hitting people. That's about it.
Yeah. Okay.
All I'm going to do now is imagine you, every time I see you on the field, just going up, "Hey, big sexy." Like, that's all I'm going to think about.
That might ruin the game for you, John.
No, I'll just laugh.
So, how do you, with the game Thursday and you're not playing, how active are you in the mental preparation for it, or do you just kind of check out?
I'm here. Watch a little bit of film there. Yeah, that's really all I can do. Watch practice. That's about it.
So who's kind of filling in the spot for you?
Angel Lopez.
Okay. And so are you able to talk with him about kind of the position, or do you kind of just let him learn on his own and do his own thing?
Oh, yes, sir. I talk with him all the time.
Okay. And so in what ways can you help him get ready for Thursday night? He's thinking. He's even scratching the chin for those that can't see him.
I mean, he's got mostly down, so not really much to talk about.
So when you practice and you're going against our own defensive line, who do you hate to go against?
Probably Micah Chapman.
Okay, and well, Micah's big, right?
Yes, sir.
Is that why? Or is
yeah, a little bit.
Okay, does Micah sometimes get the best in that battle?
Sometimes we just both go at it. We just sit there at some point, so.
Yeah.
Just.
Who do you look forward to the most? Like a person, like, I'm going to destroy this kid.
Not really about destroying, just, practicing.
And who? Some freshman going to get a shout out here?
Stoley.
Oh, okay. We've had Stoley on. Stoley's a big old boy. So you like going against him?
Yeah, whenever he's playing nose.
Okay. All right.
So you play a little bit of defensive line too.
Yes,
Which
sir,
do you prefer?
Honestly, probably defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like disrupting that offensive line.
Yeah.
So the timeline of your injury, like you got a boot on this week. Next week, will you get to practice a little bit, or are you a couple weeks out? How is it gonna? When can we see you back on the field?
Probably next week. I'll see like how it's doing. Try to go practice a little bit, and then just see from there.
Okay. I ran over my own foot with a snowmobile one time, and I had a boot on. And it was just a real bad sprain, and I just remember it hurt for so long before I could really do anything again with it.
Yes, sir.
So you've already been out 3 weeks?
2.
Just the 2?
Blanchard and then Total. Well, I was there for Blanchard, but just Total and O'Hara.
Yeah. All right. Well, how is that? I mean, are you having to do physical therapy or anything like that?
Just getting treatment on it every day, trying to make it better.
The offensive line's had a lot of injuries this year.
Yes, sir.
So, how has that been for just seeing all those guys come through? I mean, how many different guys have been on the offensive line this year so far? Like 8 or 9?
At least, yeah.
Yeah. But everybody's been doing really well at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the younger guys have come in and been given quality minutes. We just had on X McGee, who's one of those that have maybe the expectations weren't huge going into the season, but these roles have increased for many of our younger Broncos. That was Sawyer Yates. Sawyer, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to get to Coach Hunt, who will join us, the first-year coach of Bethany, and then will be a first-time guest, and we'll have him right after this break. You don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Thanks, sir.
Looking for fast cash without the hassle? At Red River Credit in Bethany, they've got you covered. They offer auto-secured loans up to $3,500, and the best part, no credit check. Need something different? They also provide traditional installment signature loans with a credit check. Whether you need quick cash or a long-term solution, we're here to help. Enjoy cash-friendly service with easy access online at redrivercredit.com. You can apply in person at 2138 Northwest 23rd Street in Bethany. Call 405-495-9366. Locations also in War Acres and Oklahoma City.
Let's all really listen to what politicians say. Does it make sense? For instance, raising tax rates on large corporations. Sounds good. Then we remember, corporations do not pay taxes. They pass tax costs through to their customers. That means a corporate tax increase is a tax increase for everyone who does business with a corporation. That's a tax increase to every one of us. Dwayne McAnally Foundation.
Are you looking for some hair, some virgin hair, some extensions? Well, come to Alchemy Ming Virgin Hair and Boutique. We have moved to 10709 North Rockwell Avenue, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Suite D. Come and see all the styles from your best hairstylist, your favorite hairstylist, the award-winning hairstylist of the year, Jasmine J.G. Garrett Whitson.
Stephanie's Vintique and the Plaster Paint Company is all Oklahoma made at 3821 Asbury in Bethany, featuring vintage, chalk paint, antiques, clothing, vegan soaps and lotion, homemade cards, decor, and furniture. And space is available for rent to start your own business at Stephanie's Vintique and Plaster Paint Company. Call 405-249-3604 and see why people are coming from all over the metro for this paint and decor. Or you can visit us at theplasterpaintcompany.com and also see us on Facebook. Stephanie's Vintique and Plaster Paint Company in Bethany. Start your Vintique experience.
Hey, welcome back to the Bethany Broncos Coaches Show. Sorry for the static and some of the audio things that we got going on here, but we are at Victory Mattress Outlet. You just heard the commercial, Northwest Expressway in Rockwell, right in that Brixton Square. So come on in. It's a small family business with a variety of options and quality budget choices with high-end selections. You can't beat it. So come to Victory Mattress Outlet right by the subway in Brixton Square.
You're the winner here.
That's right. You're the winner here at Victory Mattress Outlet. We got a new guest in. I'm John Hickman. Got John Campbell with me, and now we're joined by Peyton Hunt. Peyton, thank you so much for being with us, Coach. First year at Bethany, how did you get connected to the Broncos?
Yeah, so they have when I graduated from UCO, I just started scouring the websites and everything for coaches' jobs, and kind of just put in I'd say 10 or 12 different applications, and then this is kind of the one that fell through for me.
Okay, so let's go back a little further. Where was high school?
Lawton High.
Lawton, okay, and then you go to UCO right out of Lawton High?
Yes, sir.
All right, then last season, I guess you were on the state or the national championship.
It was our conference
championship. Yeah. Okay, so you've experienced that kind of level of championship culture, and you come to Bethany. What would you say is unique about the Broncos culture that you've seen thus far?
Which Broncos?
Good question. The Bethany Broncos.
Bethany. Yeah. So the sense of community is kind of really big, and having a small district like that, you really kind of get a sense of that on day one. Like, hey, this is how things go for us, and our district is only this big, and we get all these kids to come in here and through, and really the parents are the ones that kind of drive that for everybody, and it's just really special to see.
Yeah. So. The community is such a big thing for Bethany, and I see it with our coaches pouring it into our athletes about character and about who they are, but also the value of community and playing for Bethany. And there is a Bethany bubble for sure. There's a lot of love here in Bethany as you've kind of burst onto that scene. What are some things maybe from some of the coaches? You obviously bring your own flair and personality. What are some things that, like, if you ever went somewhere else, like, oh, I would take that from what Bethany does to implement maybe in my own program?
Yeah. Brady, his dad, does all the Speak Life and different things that we do on Tuesdays that we had today. And I think that's kind of a good aspect coming from, their kids that come from good situations, and then there are kids that are in bad situations. But, hey, we can all come together and we can kind of all strive and put our thought and our process and our actions and emotions into one outlet. And I think, as a whole, that kind of gives everybody a different perspective of what they can do beyond football.
So you coach and teach in the middle school too. Mm-hmm. Have you seen some, it kind of gives you a good look at who's coming up and how to kind of, I guess, prepare them for the future. I know this is just your first year, but do you see any kids in the middle school that you're like, I can't wait for them to move up?
Yeah, Rocky Brady's definitely one. He's kind of a man-child as he is anyways. There's, that's kind of where we're kind of getting the sense of our 7th and 8th grade team right now. There's a whole lot of athletes within that group, and then there's even some athletes that aren't playing football, and sometimes I'll see kids like that in the hall that don't play football, that only play one sport, and I'll kind of try to play mind games with them, tell them, oh, you're soft, you don't want to play football, that laugh and joke with them, just to kind of just play mind games with them to kind of see where they're at and where their headspace is, and see that we're not going to hurt you, all we're going to do is help you, and if you want to come play, great, if you don't, that's fine too, but that opportunity is always there.
So, and you said you play a lot of dodgeball. Do you ever get carried away?
No, it's kind of hard to get carried away, especially with middle school kids. You kind of have to realize that you go a little bit too hard, you can definitely hurt one of these kids. So it's just kind of pulling the reins back a little bit when not things get competitive wise, but when things start heating up a little bit, because at times it does happen, and just kind of pulling back the reins a little bit, making sure that I'm not putting these kids in any situation that's going to hurt themselves and vice versa.
Coach Hunt's probably too young to remember Billy Madison when he takes his frustration out playing dodgeball.
Yeah. So now
we're all in big trouble.
He's not too young. How about that?
You've had a lot of injuries on the running back side. Yeah. How do you deal with, how have you all dealt with that?
Yeah, it's kind of relates back to what Xavier said, it's next man up mentality, and just having the sense of having all these kids together and making sure that every person individually is set and ready to go and what's expected of them, but also them realizing that, we have injuries, but one, it's the next guy up mentality, and two, the expectation never changes. And I think that just kind of fueled some of our guys a little bit, X being one of them, that, hey, coming into the season, maybe he didn't think he'd have this opportunity or situation, but, as well as I do, stuff happens, unexpected things happens. We just got to roll with it and, try our best and make sure that we're meeting the expectation and the standard that we have for our group.
You've got 3 running backs that I think if you don't get into the nuances of it, you could say are pretty similar. You've got Kiefer, and Kiefer's just a bruiser. Give me one little hole, I'm just going straight through it, and I'm going to take on the linebacker, whoever's there, and I'm trying to run over them. Teehee, a little bit kind of similar build, and then now we're getting introduced to X, kind of a similar build too. You mentioned he's got maybe a little bit more shifty, but will you maybe describe the strength of each one of those? And that maybe in 1 or 2 words, it doesn't have to be a long soliloquy of that, but give me a little bit of a strength of Kiefer and Teehee and X.
Yeah, so Wyatt's, like you said, he's that hard nose, I'm going to run through your chest type of guy. All I need is an inch of daylight and then I'm gone. Barron's more of like the mentality, patient kind of back. He likes to let things kind of open and develop before he really hits it. And then X is kind of a little bit of both worlds with that situation. So, just as a whole, they're all different, but, you put them together and it can be dangerous.
Yeah, that's good. Now, we got to get X a touchdown. Okay, we just talked to him about that. How involved are you in the substitution of the tailback and the play calling?
Yeah, so the substitution is mine. I make sure that if guys are gassed, knowing that they got to go right out and play defense, that I got to get another guy in there quick to get them a couple plays to where they can catch their breath, drink water, whatever they need to do, get their mind right before they go out for defense. And play calling's all up to run game calling's all up to Coach Penn, so I don't do any of the run game or pass game.
Yeah, well, tell Coach Pennington that, hey, X has got to score Thursday night, okay? All right.
Is there anything you're looking for against Tara? Like, how are you looking to attack them with a run game this week?
Yeah, they they like to go their 3-4 down defense. I think the biggest thing for us right now is personnel wise, just spreading out the field to get light boxes so we can get successful getting the run game going, which ultimately affects the pass game.
I did feel like in total they're just loading the box. There's been a couple teams that have just put 9, 10 guys up there and just dared us to throw it, and it hasn't been so successful. So, Coach, thank you so much for joining us. We had to set a little time for Coach Gonzalez, so you've already experienced some of that. So we're going to get to, and we kid and just because he's one of our favorite guests, and we can't wait to have Coach Gonzalez on. He'll be on right after this break. So y'all don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
John Campbell is your local health market agent that specializes. John Campbell is your local health market agent that specializes in Medicare. Instead of talking through an 800 number, talk face-to-face with your local agent, John Campbell, to answer all your questions and find the company that best fits your needs. John Campbell Health Market serves Yukon, Bethany, and the surrounding area and will travel across the state of Oklahoma to meet with you. Call John Campbell Health Markets at 405-200-8414. Call 405-200-8414.
Come visit us at Raspado's Hawaiian Shaved Ice, 4571 Northwest 23rd Street. We're open year-round, 7 days a week, so come try our delicious crepes, smoothies, and churros. Raspado's Hawaiian Shaved Ice, 405-225-1000. We also serve burgers, tacos, and more. 4571 Northwest 23rd Street. Also on Facebook, Raspado's OKC. That's Raspado's OKC, 405-225-1000. Got hair that needs some cutting? Head on down to Fresh Clips at 5915 Southwest 3rd Street. Fresh Clips can take care of everyone, young or old, and they offer beard trims, color treatments, wax and shampoo services, not to mention their senior discounts. Don't take your head anywhere else. Call Fresh Clips at 405-506-0956 and visit them at 5915 Southwest 3rd Street. Now open at 5801 West Britain Road. It's Himador Mexican Grill. Order at Himador Mexican Grill and be treated to a spacious dining area, friendly staff, and delicious Mexican dishes. Fajitas, quesadillas, seafood, vegetarian meals, they've got it all at Himador Mexican Grill, 5801 West Britain Road. With different lunch and dinner specials every day and great prices, Himador Mexican Grill is the place to be. They open at 11 a.m. every day and come by starting August 30th to get some drinks at the brand new bar. The people love Himador Mexican Grill, and you will too. Call 405-367-7274 or email himadorgrill5801@gmail.com to reserve your table. Himador Mexican Grill is eager to serve you. 5801 West Britain Road and call 405-367-7274.
Welcome back to the Bethany Broncos Coaches Show. John Hickman, John Campbell. Victory Mattress Outlet is where we are. On Monday through Saturday, they are open 11 to 6. Then on Sundays, you can stop by 12 to 5 right here at Northwest Expressway in Rockwell. in the Brixton Square. Right now we're joined by Coach Gonzalez, defensive line coach, been with the Broncos. How many years, Coach, have you been with the Broncos?
I think it says 14. I'm not sure.
15th year is what I'm seeing on it. You're old.
We get back and forth on that, yeah.
Because you've been coaching around forever.
Forever, it seems like.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for a while, so.
Which is awesome. We're thankful to have you on the show. We like to joke about you like to talk and your storytelling. And then we do that out of love. But give us at least 2 questions, okay? We need, awesome. We want to ask some and get into it. But obviously this season is a 3-3 season, 2-1 in district. We talked a little bit on the field one time that it seems like maybe we're ahead of schedule. You want to give some thoughts to that?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, coming this, after what happened this summer and going into the season, you look ahead and you think, okay, we can win this game. You try playing that game, and
I thought coaches didn't do that. I thought it was one game at a time.
I
Coach.
wish that's what we say out loud because
I love you because you're honest.
And I'm the worst. I'm already looking at the possible playoffs and all that stuff.
Yeah,
so anyway, but we knew we had to play a bunch of not just sophomores, but even juniors that have never played before. So we were going to have to play a lot of kids. We're going to have to play a lot of kids both ways. Going into a district where we're going to have a new coach at Blanchard. Tuttle was going to be really, 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 really good. And then, you just don't new coach at Tecumseh, and Hara is getting better and better, and Medill's probably in a really bad spot, and then Ardmore has just got some great looking athletic kids. And so, but knowing you play well, you can finish second, third, that kind of stuff. But and it's kind of falling in that way right now. So the Blanchard win was a huge win, gets us into second, gets us that lead foot into second place, and the second place game gives us a home field game for playoffs, and then we'll see what from there. So
you talked about the schedule a little bit, and Ardmore specifically looking really good. And one thing I don't want to skip over, and that's the Thursday night game, because I think that the temptation for our Broncos is to put a W in this slot and move on, but Hara has improved. Yes. They're not Tuttle, but they're not what they were last year. Yeah. So how do you guys keep them not down after getting whooped by Tuttle and then a short week? How do you get this group of Broncos to turn around and say, we got to give it our best shot on Thursday, even with some injuries still?
Well, I'm different because I'm hard on them no matter what. But, I did start off the week telling them that this is probably Hara's Super Bowl. I mean, they see this the same way we do. If they win this game, they're probably not going to beat Tuttle, but they've got a foot up on that second place and a third place where they're not having, not having to play that first place team out of somebody else's district, and they don't want to play Elgin in the first round, so and their coach down there is a little bit of a social media guy, and he pumps them up, and he's got all his little feeds and stuff, and so I know he's playing this up as a big deal too, and that this is the Bethany's down, and we got this is our best chance, and let's take a shot at them and stuff like that. So I told him, I said, listen, we're the better team, we're the better football team, but the better football team gets beat, every once in a while. And that was the message last week. I mean, like I said, I like to tell the truth, and I told him, I said, Tuttle's better than we are, but I want to go up there and take a shot at them and see what happens. And you just such a weird season with everything that happened, and then going into it, and then this person getting hurt and that person getting hurt. We were thin to begin with as it was, and then so now we're and we've had kids step up. I've got a sophomore playing defensive line that I would have never a month ago would have never told you he would even help us at all. And he's helping, and he's playing better, and he's playing better and better every week, and he shows up now in stats, and he's doing some stuff for us. And
who's that?
James Plummer.
Okay.
He's a kid that's only played football for 2 years, and he's just a big old kid, doesn't know. He's just this goofy and he's a neat kid. He just doesn't know a lot about the game, but he knows how to go hard, and he's big, and because of everybody else getting hurt, I was down to, I need bodies. I need warm bodies that can go in there and hold up to a beating from bigger guys,
Well, we've noticed there's been a lot of sophomores and freshmen that have stepped up, like Isaiah White,
yeah,
Plummer,
Sanders, maybe.
Well, there's a lot of them. Payne's played a little
Payne,
bit.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
Well,
That's the name I was trying
to.
Payne.
Sanders, and Isaiah's had to play some spots, and Breck's just a sophomore. I mean, he's a baby, man-child sophomore, but he's a sophomore and he's learning, and we've got, we're starting, we got 6 seniors on the team total, and so you have to start people that are going to have to play, and if we can just I'm not giving up on the season in any way. Like I said, we still got the leg up to second place. We still got that means we play a third place team from out west, which I'm not scared of anybody from out west. I mean, even Elgin, even their district champions, not just anybody scary. And if we can win that game, then we go up against a team out of the east, and there's not a team out east that I'm worried about at all. Not a first place team, not anybody. I mean, we played Ada, and they were supposed to be one of the best teams out of the east last year, and of course, we were pretty good, but we played them, just outplayed them totally.
The whole game, y'all outplayed them.
And so I'm not afraid of who we might meet up with in the. Like I said, I'm already looking. I've got the bracket out, and I said, okay, if they finish first, then we finish here, and and I'm not afraid of what we can come up with. And I'm telling you, if we can get this group into a second round playoff game or even a third round playoff game, it's so much down the line next year, coming back with all that experience and having experienced some playoff games and some big games. And I said, what a weird deal we would have a 69-0 and a 72-0 number on a playoff team that actually went in and won a couple playoff games. It's such a weird deal, but with the opportunities there.
Right. I think there's another player. I mean, you've mentioned some, and then Breck Brady, of course. We've talked about him enough, but I've been really impressed this season on the line with homecoming King Lopez.
Yeah.
He has been balling out this season.
Marcos has been a player without a position his whole high school career. He tried to play him at linebacker. He was an okay linebacker. He's not fast enough to play at the defensive back, and so middle of the season last year, I said, "Don't you come play defensive end? It's not that hard. You do the same thing." I said, "I've played undersized kids before," and he's really adapted to it very well. But the fact that he can run a little bit has got us into that 3-4 defense that we're looking at right now. And we put him out there on the hip like a linebacker, and he gets under the pass routes every once in a while, but he's he can play out in space a little bit because he can run, but he's probably pound for pound the strongest kid on the field. I mean, he was just a few pounds short of being a state qualifier as a powerlifter last year.
Wow.
And and he really didn't know a lot about powerlifting. We were doing it, and he got real close to being a qualifier for the state, and he he wants to do well. He keeps up. He's constantly on. He gets a tackle for loss. His goal is a sack a game.
Yeah.
So the other day he got a tackle for loss. He goes, "Coach, the quarterback was running that. Does that mean he gets a sack?" And I said, "No, that's a run. It's not a sack." So he said, he missed this last game. The title game was the first game that he missed having a sack.
Well, we'll get 2 this Thursday then.
Yeah,
Get back on
that's
track.
what I told him. I said, we get 2 this week and we'll be back on track. But he's played well. Chase Clanton, when he's healthy, is probably one of the best defensive linemen I've ever been around. He's also one of the best offensive linemen that we've had, and so he just doesn't come off the field. We added a big body in Micah Chapman.
Yeah.
If Sawyer can get healthy, and Sawyer was playing a lot of offensive minutes, but now his offensive minutes might be down a little bit, so he can go back and help me on the defense. And he was playing really good against Blanchard when he got in and got some plays and made a couple plays, made a couple tackles, made a big hit on one of their running backs.
I remember that one, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, Sawyer played really good last year in a short amount of time against Ardmore and those last 2 or 3 games that we played. So I mean, looking forward to having him back. So.
Well, Coach, we're in overtime, which is fine, which is great. So I've got maybe one more question, unless you got something, John. Well, I'll just ask this real quick. Okay. And sorry to our sports director, Luke Young, and our technical director, Big Mike, back in studio. This Thursday night uniqueness, which every year it's going to happen, right? But athletes are such routine, and coaches, you get in a routine. You do. Is there any, we're on the road, does a Thursday night game help or hurt more or less a home team or away team? Is there any kind of advantage?
I think the away team it's not as just like any time. Like I remember playing in college. I hated playing the 7 o'clock game because you have to wait all day without going to school. Saturday. In coaching in college at WT, we used to make them get up and come get their jersey at 8 o'clock. They had to come get their game jersey at 8 o'clock just to make sure they got up out of bed. That's the tough part on Thursday. Is luckily we got that volleyball game Thursday morning, so we're going to come up. We're going to feed them breakfast. We're going to bus them out to the volleyball game. We're going to come back and go through a little bit of our normal Thursday walkthrough, and then feed them a little bit pregame meal, and then give them a little bit of time, but then get on the road and get ready to go like a normal out-of-town game. So the volleyball game has helped us with filling in some time where we wouldn't normally have. I don't mind the Thursday night fall break game because since we don't go to school on Thursday, we really don't miss a day of practice. Tomorrow will be a normal day of practice, and then we get that walkthrough on Thursday like we always do, and then we play that night. Now, like I said, sitting around waiting all day on a Thursday because last year it was a home game, so it's a little tougher. I think going on the road it's a little bit better, easier. It's easier to fit into that routine, and like I said, I'm not the same underwear guy, but I am the same. I want my if I did this last week, I want to do it this week, and it bothers me some because some people are like that, some people aren't.
Yeah.
And I'm just a superstitious guy at times. And some things I don't care nothing about, and then other things I say, man, I don't know, I didn't wear that last week, or I didn't do that last week. I'm not down to the food part of it, but I like our Thursday fall break game, and we get the long weekend, and so it's
good.
It's fun.
Well, you're like Campbell. He's not superstitious. He's a little stitious.
Yeah.
As the great Michael Scott once said. Well, Coach, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate the time, and thank you to all of our guests. The players are still here. I mean, they haven't listened to a thing we've said. They've just been on their phones per usual.
That's normal.
Now that Governor Stitt said you can't have it in school, that's just kind of the reverse. Afterwards, they just spend all the time on it.
They got a lot of catching up to do, I guess.
That's right. Well, we've been at Victory Mattress Outlet, had a great time here. The website's victorymattressoutlet.com. Thankful for the opportunity to be here. Come by and support them. We've got a lot of great sponsors for Bethany Sports. They're one of them. So visit all of our sponsors, Victory Mattress Outlet, Northwest Expressway, and Rockwell. Thank you to all of our guests. Thank you for Mike Gannon running the board back in studio for us. We had a great show and a great time. We'll be Thursday night on the air pregame show at 6:30. We'll be live from Harrah. We'll see you then.